All right. I'm a super competitive person. I love to win, I love to be right, and I love a good debate. Shout out to my partner who has to endure that every day. I love competing so much, I even try to beat Google Maps. I'll put in the destination, and it gives me the estimated arrival time, that's expected to get there. And I always look at it and think, yo, I'm totally gonna beat that. But what I love competing with the most is statistics. Because most of my life, I felt like I was one. And those statistics don't know me. They're a number, and I'm a person. And that's what I want to talk with you about today. A system that loves, or so it seems to love, turning as many people as it can into numbers and statistics. Incarceration. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and imagine with me. There's a tall, outgoing, athletic 16-year-old girl getting ready to finish her junior year in high school. She's a star athlete of her hometown, and she has scholarship offers to almost every state in the US. She's won prestigious athletic awards, such as Gatorade Player of the Year twice, 5 state championships between her 3 respective sports, and she carries a solid 3.5 GPA throughout her high school career. You can open your eyes now. Statistically speaking, you'd probably guess that this girl was on a path to success. And you've also probably guessed that that 16-year-old student athlete was me. And I can tell you, as a junior in high school, my possibilities were too numerous to count. My future was so bright and full of so much promise, until the darkness of incarceration wrapped its tight and unforgiving grip around me. What people didn't know was my truth behind the glitter and the local fame. I suffered from severe depression with suicidal tendencies, and I struggled with anger issues from the isolation I received because of my sexual orientation. With the pressure of society watching my every move, and my home life being an environment of mental, emotional, and psychological abuse, I ultimately resorted to an unanticipated, violent attack against my mother and sister. 3 months before my 18th birthday, I was sentenced to 21 years in an adult correctional facility. How am I going to survive this? I would ask myself several times a day, every single day, how am I going to survive this? I never came up with that answer, but I was able to come to understand the prison system. You see, it's a system that works to suppress an inmate's identity. Because in prison, any form of leadership is a threat to security. It's not allowed. Any form of compassion that might be expressed is viewed as inappropriate boundaries. It's not allowed. Any form of autonomy, that's defiance, and it's not allowed. You couldn't imagine how out of place I felt, because prisoners are no longer people. They become a number, a statistic. Now, I didn't want to rebel against the prison system while being in the belly of the beast, but I also knew I would not allow the system to suppress my identity to a number. I was at a loss. I didn't know what to do. It was during my 4th year of incarceration that I received my golden ticket, an invitation to join the new prison-based peer education program from Project ECHO, or PEP, as we call it. That was it. That was all I needed. T.D. Jakes once said, "If you can't grow with me, you can't go with me." And I learned that ECHO is an organization that's about growth and movement, and I was not about to be left behind. There was finally a chance to shine light in a place of utter darkness. Project ECHO is a beacon of hope, and PEP is a program that cares about changing the statistics, not adding to them. Speaking of statistics, in 2009, the hepatitis C virus was running rampant here in the New Mexico prison system. 43% of the newly incarcerated tested positive for hepatitis C. So Dr. Carla Thornton decided to change that by educating the inmate population on hep C transmission, treatment options, and harm reduction strategies. She knew that 95% of those incarcerated eventually reintegrated back into society. And yeah, those numbers are high, but Dr. Thornton saw those numbers for what they actually are: people. She wanted to give people a better quality of life by providing a better quality of healthcare. And that's the beauty of ECHO, demonopolizing knowledge so that we can help communities wherever they are. Her creation didn't only successfully educate and protect individuals, it gave the incarcerated a decent shot at regaining their fullest potential. You might be thinking, wait, how can a program do all of that for an inmate? Well, first, PEP invites these individuals that are seeking a better life, not just for themselves, but a better life to share with those around them. They're invited to join the program. And then these individuals are trained for 40 hours in person at their prison site by professionals, covering common infections and diseases, but highlighting the prevention of hepatitis C. Then the peer educators are given the responsibility to educate their communities by conducting a workshop at least once a month for their general populations. To date, peer educators have almost touched the lives of 10,000 individuals. I have to say, go team, go. Because peer education takes you on this transformative journey. And there's twists and turns, but there's always lessons being learned. And there's this positive and lasting impact that PEP has on individual lives, if they want it. And I can attest to that. After I completed my prison sentence and I was successfully managing my probation, Project ECHO reached out to me again and recommended a free community health worker certification course. You already know, I was not going to get left behind. I enrolled, and I was surprised to find that I actually had more community health work experience than some of my classmates, whom had never been incarcerated. Not that it's a competition about who has more or who has less. I'm just stating the facts. It was pretty incredible. And that's how I found myself to be on the path that I'm on today. And it warms my soul to say, I'm a full-time employee at Project ECHO, working with the community health worker team. Thank you. I'm working with the community health worker team, leading the National Opioid Addiction Treatment Clinic for other community health workers. I'm a community faculty member for the PEP team, and I've been able to help write this reentry guide for those individuals who are newly released so that they can better transition back to their communities. I've just purchased my first home with my partner. Thank you. With my partner, who was my high school sweetheart, and who too had to endure this trying journey that I went on. And I'm a proud parent to two beautiful, purebred blue-nosed pit bulls. So, peer education has opened so many doors for me. I've been able to fully and completely reestablish my dignity, my self-worth, and create a new path to success. I now have the courage and the confidence to stand in front of worldly professionals that inspire me in so many ways. I now have the unconditional support to share my story in hopes of reaching our goal of touching 1 billion lives. And today, I now get to be an example that proves that ECHO can be more than expanding the reach of treatment and changing statistics. Project ECHO can be about expanding the reach of hope. Thank you.